People ask me all the time how I got started, why did I get into fitness and personal training. People all the time assume that, I guess you can say I've always been a jock or I've always been a big guy. And so I love telling the reality of what really happened in my past and what I went through to be where I am today. So I grew up in a small town in Pennsylvania. It's called Hanover. And, I had a good family, good parents. Definitely couldn't complain about that. And, but growing up was definitely difficult in school. And I wasn't your average kid. Growing up with severe ADHD, I was on Ritalin, and I think it was a pretty high dose of Ritalin that I was on. I was probably just an obnoxious little kid and just really having a hard time just trying to learn how to be with everybody else because I knew that I was different. And unfortunately, I also ended up getting acne before everybody else did, and I had braces. I had pretty bad buck teeth, so wasn't the ideal model-looking kid. So when I was in 6th grade, I was picked on quite a bit. The amount of bullying that I experienced was pretty much on a daily basis. It was really difficult. I remember it like it was yesterday. Some of the things the kids would say to me, the things that they would bring to school to humiliate me. It was really hard. On a daily basis, I wondered why I was even alive, because on a daily basis people would tell me that I was worthless, that I would never amount to anything. I even had teachers tell me that I wouldn't amount to anything in my life. And so I figured, well, if everybody else is telling me that I'm a loser, if everybody else is telling me that I'm never going to amount to anything, then what's the point of living? And I actually did try to commit suicide. And what kept me from doing it was I thought about what it would look like after. I thought about what I wanted to do to myself. And I imagined my parents seeing what I did, and I realized I couldn't do that to them. And that's pretty much what kept me living. So I just kept living, but hating life, hating myself, because I felt like I was a loser. And one day my dad came up to me and said, "Hey Chris, if you start working out, the kids will they'll stop picking on you." And at first he made me work out. I didn't want to work out, but he made me work out. And I'll never forget this day. It was like it was yesterday. I got out of the shower and I saw the difference. I saw my body changing from the exercising that I was doing. And at that moment, I thought, this is my ticket. This is my answer to get out of this mess, to get people to stop picking on me and humiliating me. I mean, I was literally shoved in lockers. I mean, literally. Multiple days coming home with a bloody nose and crying on a regular basis. It was tough. And so I started working out, and it became my life. I worked out almost every single day. And my poor parents, the amount of food they had to buy, I gained about 30 pounds of muscle a year. When I was in 9th grade, I weighed just under 100 pounds. I was very underweight. You could see my ribs. And by my senior year, I weighed over 205 pounds of solid muscle. I also took martial arts at that time as well. Well, needless to say, the kids stopped picking on me. And one day I was in the gym, and this personal trainer came up to me and said, "Hey, you really ought to consider doing bodybuilding competitions." And I never thought about doing that before. And he convinced me that that's something that I should do. So I'm like, okay. So I hired my own personal trainer, And he trained me for 3 years, and I competed in Maryland, Delaware, and Pennsylvania. Made it to the state championships in Pennsylvania, and I did it 100% natural. I never took steroids, never took anything illegal. It was an incredible amount of hard work and eating a lot of food. I was actually eating about 6,000 calories a day to be able to get to the size that I was. And at that point in my life, I had 19¼ inch biceps. I could leg press 1,250 pounds. Unbelievably strong, but again, I did it 100% natural, and I'm very proud to say that. So that propelled me into the fitness industry. Very quickly, people are asking me, how did you do it? How did you get so big, you know? And of course, the miraculous change that it did for me, I mean, obviously made me very confident. I started to believe in myself, and I actually believed, hey, I'm not as stupid as everyone else was saying I was. I realized that I was intelligent, that I had something to give, and I started doing better in school. Life continued to progress. I moved to Arizona, and I worked for many different gyms out here. What I like to say is, if it ends in fitness, I probably work there. And I've been training now for 20 years. I absolutely love this. I love what I do. And the reason why I love it is because we're literally changing people's lives. I actually have a client who's literally 100 years old. She hired me when she was 99. And the whole reason why she hired me was because she wanted to be able to stand up on her own for her 100th birthday. And I trained her for 4 months. And I made her a promise. I said, hey, if you can stand up on your own for your birthday, I'll dance with you. And I got her to stand up on her own several times before her birthday, and I danced with her on her 100th birthday, and it was awesome. And we also do rehabilitative training. We do many other types of training. I started my own company 5 years ago. We have 7 employees now, and we're continuing to grow because our focus is changing people's lives. That's what we're all about. That's why I do this. That's where my passion comes from, because I remember what I went through and how exercise, how working out changed my life in a very substantial way. And so that's why I do this. That's the whole reason that I'm in this business. You know, yes, it's it's a fun business to be in, because every single situation is different, and every person's different, and it's never boring. So here I am. This is me.